Canva template store. In this video we're going to be showing you how to edit Instagram posts. We've got 32 in this Aurora collection. I'm not going to go through all 32 with you, but any that have different elements I'm going to actually show you how we edit the various different parts of a template. So we'll look at background first. Here we have the whole box highlighted. If I click on that background colour, it's going to show me there the colour it is, and it'll bring up the Canva template, all the colours that we're currently using on our templates. When you scroll down you can actually see the various other colour options that are available on the colour palette with Canva. If you've got your own branding colours and you click on this plus sign here, you can put in your own custom colour code there and change the whole of the background to whatever colour you want. Just for the purpose of this so you can see it, if I click on pink, it'll change all the background sections to pink. If I didn't like that, or I don't want that colour, this arrow up here is your undo tab. If you click on that, it'll change it back to the original colour. This section here is just a design that's been put to the edge. When you highlight it you can see it's highlighting the entire box. It's actually a swirl. You can make it smaller, you can make it larger, you can move it around, and you can change the colour by simply going on and picking a different colour. So there's all these different elements that you can do. If I go back to the undo tab again, I'll take it back to originally how we've set it up. The same applies for the stars. When you click on them, this is a group of stars. It'll bring the colour up there. You can change the colour. You can move it around wherever you want it to be. If I go back to the original. This middle section here, when you highlight that, it'll highlight all of that section. You can change the colour again up there. If you want to make the box smaller, so the colour's not as wide, when you highlight over that, you can change it by pulling in the edges, the corners, whatever you want. If you just want part of the box colouring and not that, although you can't see that because it's white text, I'll take that back to the original design. But that's how you can see you can play around with it. When you click on the actual text, we've got this in two sections here. So if I highlight that header section, you can see up here it's in Lubag. That's the name of the font. If I click on the down arrow, it'll bring all the other fonts that are available. There's tons and tons to choose from in Canva. If you've got a Canva free account, you can click on any that don't have a little crown next to them. Where there's a crown, which like this one, that's for Canva Pro only, but as you can see there is a lot to choose from that don't have a crown, so just have a mess around, change it to a different font. If I choose say that one, you can see it's changed that font. If I wanted to go back to that one, I can just click back. You can also change, increase and decrease the size of the font there. You can change the colour, you can bold it, italic, underline. This top bar is very similar to a Word document, so it's quite easy to use. The same applies for these here. All you do is hover over it and individually you can change that font, the size, the wording, whatever you want to do. We've got this as our story, you might have it as an about us, whatever you want to call it. This is a Canva frame where you can put an image. When you highlight it and you go over to uploads, this is just various pictures that we've already had uploaded to do with our templates. I'm going to choose this section here as an example. If I click on this image, which I know is larger, and drag it over there, just circle above it, you'll see it's grabbed that image. Now if I wasn't happy, because I know this picture's larger and I might want her to be a little bit more in the middle, if I double click on this, it'll show me the excess that's around the frame. If I move her across slightly and make a bit more central, I can then click off that and I've just dragged her slightly further across. So that's all you need to do with these Canva templates. We do have another video all about Canva templates. and all the great things you can actually do with them and the different shapes and all that sort of thing. But for the purpose of this, we're just going to show you how to actually put an image in. So you can either upload one from your own computer. You can also go to Elements up here, and if you put in a search bar whatever search term you want, it'll bring various different pictures and things like that. If it's free, it'll show you what you can use. Unless you're a pro account, it'll give the options of what's available, and then from this palette here, all you need to do is drag it across and pop it in there, move it around till you're happy with the design. If you want a different design in the future and you want to change this template, obviously if you hover over it, you just delete it. We'll come back onto the delete that, and it takes it back to the basic frame. Just as a very quick mention while we're in Elements, without going into too much detail of frames. Frames is down here. Click on See All. It gives you tons of different options, different shapes. You can have mock-ups of mobiles, desktops, things like that. Have a look through them, see if there's something else. If you wanted a different one to what is here, you literally delete that and then drag across a different shape and then go through the same process again. But for the purpose of this, we're just going to leave it as it is. When you scroll down, you'll see obviously all the different templates. They're all very similar to what we've just explained. There's different elements. All you need to do is highlight them. The text is the same. You just highlight any section. You can change the colours. You can change the text, change the sizes, announce different things there. All this stuff, it's like on this one, all the elements, they're all movable. You can make them smaller, you can make them larger, you can change the colour. Anything you're not happy with after you've played around with it, just go back to your Undo tab and put it back to the original design. As far as actual background effects, different options where you can move things around, change the design, all these are little individual things. So if you wanted to move those dots and put them up there, you could move the dots up there. You might want to make this leaf a bit larger, you can increase the size. These double arrows here let you move things around, so if you wanted to tilt that into a different direction and have it going somewhere else, you can do that. All these are movable, so it's play around with the design. If I put those back to where they were, and then you can see you just keep clicking back and back and back until you're happy, but it's all just playable around, same as individual text sections, until you're happy with what you want to do. And I think everything there in this one on there is still a Canva template. Put your picture in, you can change the colour of the text, move this around to where you want it to be, and that's all you need to do. You've got two Canva frames there. You can change the shape of them, change the size of them. They don't have to be trending now. It could be anything you want it to be. Like this one, for example. We've got top sellers. It could be best sellers. It could be new arrivals, things like that. 4 individual frames there to put 4 different pictures in. So actually, editing any of these is fairly simple. The only other thing really now that I need to show you is join our community here. If you've got, say, like an email list or something like that, and you wanted people to join your email list, you can actually add links to these as well. So if I highlight that, that might say join our community, like, you know, join our email list or something like that. When you highlight text like that, it comes up with this link tab here, and then this box will come up. If you enter your URL wherever you want it to go, whether it's an email list, social page, whatever you want, website, I mean, for the purpose for us, if I put in, oh no, that's in caps, hold on. CanvaTemplateStore.com and click enter, and it'll say link added up there, and then you've got your link added, and that's done. So now when I click off that, it's underlined it as well, which I don't like. I'm going to highlight all that. Just go to my underline and take that off so it's not underlined, but that is a live link, so when anybody would click on that, when you do that post, it will actually link to wherever you want it to go. So that's another thing to show you about adding links to any of your posts. And then other than that, it's just changing background colours, adding in, that's a different effect one, so when you add something to that, because it's got lines, I'll quickly show you what that looks like. If we add that lady in again and put her, it sort of gives a bit of an effect. There's a few different ones like this, but say that's covered more in our actual YouTube video about frames and adding pictures and things. But there's a lot of different types of templates you can use. You can change these. You don't need to actually change a lot. Changing a background, moving a picture slightly, putting a different image in, and you've got a completely different post. So these templates are great because you can just change a bit of wording and use them again and again and again, and that's really all you need to do. To save these templates, whether you save them just into your Canva account or you want to make a separate folder, we do have another video on folders as well, but for the purpose of this, I'm just going to quickly show you that all you need to do, if you go to File up there, it'll say Save. Every time you make a change, all your changes will get saved. Canva's good at periodically saving anything that you do. All changes saved, it comes up there. If you've got a folder and you wanted to save it to a folder, you can move to a folder. It'll come up with any folders that you've created, which, like I say, we've got a YouTube video on that in our YouTube channel. But for the purpose of this, because we're dealing with Aurora, if I clicked on Aurora, and then it would either say save to folder or move. You click that, and then that's literally saved these templates, which is a good idea to do because obviously you might post these and then you can come back and you can change the colours again, change the wording, move a little bit around, and you've got a completely new post. So there's endless possibilities with re-editing and re-editing and re-editing, and just upload them again and again and again, and just keep generating lots of new posts. Up here we've got this as copy of Aurora 32 Instagram post, but if you highlight that before you do any saving, you can literally delete it, and we've got that as product base, but it's your title here sort of thing. You just type in what you want and then that's what it'll be saved as. All you need to do after that is, if you go to share and go to download there, then you can download them as PNG. It'll give you the option of all 32 pages there, which might be great when you first start, but you may redo one or two and you possibly don't want to have to re-download all 32 pages. So if you untick them at the top, and then you can scroll through and literally just tick, you know, the relevant pages that you want to download. Or you might want to go back, like initially when you first do them, you want to download all of them to keep them on your desktop and then upload them to your social channels, whichever one you want. Or the other thing you can do, if I click off there altogether and go back onto that, instead of clicking that download, when you've set up your Canva account, it says there share on social. So if you connect your links, your Facebook, TikTok, that sort of thing, stories, all this, you can actually, any that's listed there, you can actually post directly to your social page, so you don't necessarily need to download them, keep them on your desktop. You can actually just go straight to these ones here, Pinterest, things like that, Twitter, and it'll automatically just post it straight to that, as long as you put your account details in. So that's another option. But for the purpose of this, we're going to just download them. So if we click on download again, they're in PNG. We've got all 32. I'll click download. it will show you there it's in the progress of actually downloading them. And then once we've actually done that, it'll come up saying it's downloaded. We click on that and it'll bring all the designs up, and we'll just save them to our desktop, and then I can actually put them in my own folder and just use them as and when I need them for the socials that I want to use them for. And that's really all you need to know on how to edit and how to add pictures and how to add links to your Instagram. These are the square posts. The other thing I just need to mention, there's 32 designs and you will get 32 square posts. But if I show you here as well, before we click off our Aurora, we've actually got as well, no, we should have somewhere in there, if I can find them. Possibly not in that one. No, I think I'm in the wrong folder there. Hold on, we'll go back to that one and have a look in the social post folder. There, the story ones. So there's another 32 pages which have come up as story posts. So they're all in the Aurora theme. It's the same thing. You get the same sort of idea, templates to edit, but they've just been laid out. So you will actually get 2 links, one to this and then another one to the actual story template. So it's 64 templates in total is what you'll actually receive. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that would be great as well, because we are actually going to be adding a lot more how-to videos and various different tutorials to do with Canva, so that you can learn how to do different things with the templates that we're producing. I'd like to say thanks for watching the video. If you're interested in buying these Instagram post templates, they're on our website. All you need to do is have a look at the link in the description below and it'll take you straight to the website where you'll actually be able to purchase them. Thanks.